that's when you know that you have that. I mean, I know what you're talking about as far as like him ascending and getting some guys. It's crazy because some guys don't. They want to stay, like I said, stay indie.
Yeah.
And some stay indie, it's a longer stride all the way to the top than somebody who gets piggybacked by a bigger label and stuff like that. They get the mass media blitz. They get the radio play, the national radio play. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, when we listen to YG Teck, he play on the radio when you're at a club, or he play on the DJ gonna play him. Because another thing is you get in touch. That's why I say stay cool with all the DJs and get networking with all the DJs you can, because you ain't even gotta be in the building.
Yeah.
That song. Yo, and then somebody gonna come on, who that? Oh, that's YG Teck. Now, when you go to do a live performance, oh, I heard him somewhere else. Now I gotta go see him. He knows how to generate. He knows how to generate the buzz and get people anticipated for him. Mm-hmm. And that's what I was speaking to earlier when I talk about artists going to showcases and networking with DJs. You have to build up your. I don't know what you look like. I mean, I heard your song. It was okay, but now I want to see more from you. See, that's that hustle mentality. He just knows how to draw them in without getting everything, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, so like Money Jake, he had this song Models with TMC the Don. You know, I mean, I know he's still working now. I'm not sure if he's signed anybody yet, but he's making, and then too, money. I try to stay away from that. Money. And I'm saying money in a sense of you have to invest in yourself. Mm-hmm. So another reason why people hone to somebody like a YG Teck is because they see that he invests in himself. You know, that no excuses clothing brand that he has. You know, that was his brainchild.
Right.
That was how merchandise, and people see when they see the hustle, they're gonna want to be attached to it because they can relate to it. So he makes it where he's doing what he's doing because he's relatable.
Facts. You feel like he's the closest one out of the Baltimore artists to hit that specific scene?
Yeah, no question. I think right now, like he's still. I mean, back in the day, like you say, you're a '90s baby, but you remember Boss Man?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who don't?
Boss Man is another one that was right there. Well, he still can be, but you know, he's a little older now. But yeah. Boss Man, another one who, I mean, shoot, his song made it to, what was that, NBA Live?
Yeah, it was something else too big that his song made it to too. I remember.
Yeah, so you know, it's networking and not being so cross-armed. You know, when you cross for stop being so defensive. And listen to those people that you might not know. See, so many people, they want to listen to people close to them, the day ones, the homeboy managers. They want to listen to them, and somebody like me will come along, nigga, who you? I don't know you. Like, you don't know me, but the knowledge and the stuff that I have can help elevate you.
Right.
Not a helping hand. It's not a handout. This is a helping hand. Like, it's like you guys, like, let's just say now, right? You guys are doing what y'all doing. Y'all only on episode 10. You reach out to me for episode 11. I'm like, New Era podcast. Like, what else are these niggas? I don't know.
Right.
You know? But then now, yeah, New Era podcast, we doing our 200th episode anniversary. Oh, shit, can I be a part of that? Now you want to be a part of it.
Yeah, right.
You don't want to get in on, it's like too many artists are scared to get it on the ground level. And guys like Teck, like he was Teck, and they were hustlers before they got in the game. But a lot of these artists, MSC, I don't want to say that, but that's where a lot of artists get exposed. That's where they get exposed, believe it or not, because you're not what your rap says. Because if your rap was what it was saying, you would be in the same position these guys are in.
Right.
It ain't there, son. Rap about something, I'll do a party track. And switch up your songs. Like, come on, Amor. How many times have you heard of somebody's EP or somebody's album? Like I just said earlier, like where it sounds like the same track over and over again?
I mean, all you got to do sometimes is listen to the radio. You can be the judge of it.
Yeah, because you got love, so you got love tracks. Like you can use like just want your time. I just want your time. But then you'll switch it up. But even in that one song, you're singing, but then you're rapping too.
Yeah.
You know, like you have too many artists that are one dimensional.
You're scared to get out of that box.
Yeah, that's about to say that. They're afraid.
They're scared to get out there. And it's like, all right, dog, like, no, yo, you know, I make pain music. So that's all you make. You don't want to do a party track, a love ballad. I mean, everybody getting with this drill stuff. You don't want to do a drill. I mean, now everybody want to get a drill song because they see it's hitting. See, people don't want to jump on stuff until it start hitting. They don't want to be leaders and pioneers and be the first to do this. So now you want to jump on the wave. No, like, so that bugs me a lot. It does.
Yeah, like you said, be humble, man. That's what it boils down to a lot of the times, being humble. And I see it so many times, especially like right now, for example, everybody here from Baltimore, the Baltimore club scene right now is like the biggest it ever been. And you kind of see that right now, even in the Baltimore club scene, like they starting to come together. And but you got certain people that got big, and you know, like it's not like a collective thing. It's just a bunch of individual people that's doing their thing. But that's why I love when TMC, The Don, and Money Jake did that song together. I love seeing like everybody come together and do stuff. Even when I remember when it was once upon a time we thought Moose was gonna be the next person. And shout out to Teck. I feel like he don't get enough credit for all of the stuff that he accomplished as a Baltimore artist. He signed to Nicki Minaj. He wrote songs with Beyonce and some of
even Mighty Mark. Shout out to Mighty Mark as well, and TT the artist, because they've been working for a long time as well. And Ernest, like all of that whole group just been grinding, and they continue to grind.
True. And what my man said, he said that Teck he wrote too. A lot of these artists, believe it or not, do not write. That's why they forget their lyrics.
Right.
I trying to be on the bigger pop thing. Yo, I remember my lyrics. Then you get on stage and you done came in the spot and got busted before you even got on stage. And then, my bad, y'all. I'm a little tipsy right now.
Stan, I thought you were joking when you was like, I'm gonna watch. I think we were at the garage and you said, I'm gonna watch. Somebody's gonna forget their lyrics. I'm like, no, you lying. How's somebody gonna forget their lyrics? You was just like, watch. And by the end of the night, Stan just gave me this look, and I was like, okay, you were right.
I never understood that though.
I told you it was gonna happen.
I never understand how people don't remember the lyrics to something that they wrote. Like, what in the world?
I mean, even if they didn't write it, don't they practice?
No, they don't go. That's what they don't go to showcases. Once they listen, how many times have you sat in the studio before it was your turn for the session, right? Somebody was in there ahead of you, and they might have to punch in like 50 times first. Oh, record that back. Let me punch in. So if they're punching in that many times in the studio, what makes you think that when they get on stage, it's going to be any different? You can't punch in on the stage. On the stage.
Well, do you think that's why people have tons of people on the stage with them to kind of keep as a distraction, or like, is that a marketing tool? What's the whole ordeal with that?
No, because all right. So like prime example, like I'm an '80s baby. It's like Busta Rhymes, right? He had this guy Spliff Star. Spliff Star trained himself to be the perfect hype man. So when Busta is spitting his lyrics all fast and stuff like that, and he's not forgetting his words, but he might get short of breath. Then Spliff is right there. You got who's on stage with you. You got hold on.
You don't want right.
Who's on stage with you, but none of them know you. And that's another pet peeve of mine that I hate. You got all these guys on stage with you. You barely know your lyrics, and none of your homeboys even know your lyrics.
None of them don't even be having a mic.
They don't even listen to your song.
Hey,
That's
yo.
how, even the homeboy manager, like I said, the homeboy manager, none of what you produce is on his page. I promote artists more than some of the people that they know.
Yeah.
And I do. I know I do. So when you see that, you're like, damn, like it's all on stage and they just up there dragging, as they say, or whatever the term is. Nobody knows the lyrics. So there's not no actual hype man up there.
So, well, big shout out to Busta Rhymes, man. Because I saw him in person a few weeks ago at the Roots Festival, Roots Picnic. And it was the way that you're describing as regards to Spliff and the hype man and just the energy itself was amazing. And he just received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards as well. So big shout out to Busta Rhymes for continuing to be in his bag, man. And just you can tell that he's passionate about his craft. That's even years later.
He's one of my favorites of all time. And speaking, that's why I say, like, when you guys talk about artists forgetting lyrics.
My grandmother used to say, turn the lights off when it starts thundering. It's thundering.
I gotta keep something on. We in the rain. Fuck it. We doing this in the rain right now.
Yes, sir. Exclusive. This only happened when Black Stan come on.
I'm gonna be black.
He bring the thunder.
I'm gonna be a little black on here, but y'all can understand where I'm coming from.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
No, but Busta definitely deserved that award, man. He definitely deserved that.
For sure. For sure. I still be trying to rap his lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it come out like that. But Busta Rhymes, you're always welcome to come to New Era 410 podcast, my boy. I'm gonna just throw that out there. So come on.
I try to get him on. If I can get a hold of him and his crew, I try. I'm gonna try to pull some strings. See, yes, a lot of people don't understand. Like Black Stan is only, I think in September will be my 2-year anniversary of me starting this. I haven't been doing it. I've only been doing this for like 2 years and stuff like that. So the amount of networking and stuff that I've did in that time, I'm proud of myself of. You know what I mean? So when somebody said I've been doing this for 10 years. Oh, really? And I just laugh. It's funny because I'm not throwing shade. It's just how hard I worked in those 10 years to where though me and other people like me are catching up. Got you guys doing podcasts now. Shout out to my guy Nico and the Smoke Station. Shout out to Raw Dope Podcast. Shout out to everybody that's doing what they can to try to help artists elevate themselves. We don't get the recognition that we deserve. Not deserve, but that we put in the work.
Right.
And that really means something to me. It's like I said, exposure is one thing, and we help get interactions. This is gonna be broadcasted on YouTube. Who doesn't want to get on a podcast that's gonna be broadcasted on YouTube? You know what I'm saying?
You'd be surprised. And then they start, how Tupac was when he was at the cookout? Cousin, eventually this is gonna happen, And you can call me your cousin all you want. But like my Tumbo used to say, no. You feel me? So I mean, like you said, be humble. It makes a big difference to everybody, no matter how big or small. I feel like, it's no big eyes, no little U's.
And it's funny that you bring up the word cookout because that's why I laugh because it brought up a certain music festival that was a complete fire dumpster.
Oh, would you like to elaborate on that?
Yes, I would love to hear about this.
Okay, so promoters promote. There is a lot of politics in the city, but this one music festival, everybody thought that all the T's were crossed, all the I's were dotted, the lineup was stacked. We had out of towners, we had people that actually had a little emotion down there perform. Everything looked good. I mean, like yeah, like how you buy some food and look good on the menu. When you get it, it don't look nothing like it did on the menu, and that's what this music festival was. I'm not even gonna mention the name,
right?
But Amor was a part of it. I was a part of it. I was supposed to be a media part of the media group that was down there. They had tons of guys down there, tons of media outlets down there. But I wound up hosting when forget the hosting. I'm up there trying to set up the fences and stuff like that. I'm up there working the ticket sales and stuff. I'm like, hold up, I didn't sign up for this. Like, you know, and I was just doing it to help out. But it was just like the organization looked good on paper. But when it came down to putting everything into motion, it was just a complete fire dumpster. And you really got to see the actual politics or lack thereof that go on here in the city of Baltimore. You know what I mean? Amore was supposed to have went on at a certain time. She had to pull out the lawn chair, and then she wound up, you know what I mean? You didn't even go on.
Nope. We just had fun doing what we was doing. I will tell artists, like, it's things are what you make it, but sometimes you got to know, go with your instinct. You know, sometimes you got to know, although it may seem like a good opportunity, you got to know when to go with your instinct and when to sometimes say no, you know. But lesson learned, experience is the best teacher. That's all I say. When people ask me about it, I just be like, okay. I don't say anything else. Just okay.
You said,
well, I got some nice pictures that day that I took.
I just watched the event. You watched it, yeah. I watched the event, and it was just like, and the ranking file when it comes to promotion and stuff like that. The ranking file, you got to see the side of it. Like as far as like them putting certain people ahead. I mean, like the person that actually was supposed to have been hosting the second stage
went on the main stage.
Yeah, the main stage, but I wasn't supposed to host the second stage. You know, that person that was supposed to host the second stage, he all the way down by the main stage, and he didn't get there till like 2:00. Darn thing started like 9, 10 o'clock. You're supposed to have been there, and everything.
We were supposed to be there 7 o'clock for sound check. I got there 7 o'clock, and I was told, "Oh, you don't need a sound check." I'm sure I didn't because I didn't perform.
I get done. I'm on the radio like, yo. They gave me a radio and everything. I'm like, oh, where he at? Oh, he down here. Why is he down there? He's supposed to be up here. Oh, but just put somebody else on. Just tell somebody else to go on. And then at the end of the day, no, yo, we're just gonna cancel the second stage. Everybody come down here to this stage. I'm like, what? Oh my God. Like, no. So what was we all up here for? Because that second stage was not necessary. If y'all organized stuff the right way, we'd have had artists after artists after artists, little intermission. It was just they put their energy into certain people that day, and I didn't like nothing about it. And then when I got my pay for the whole event, I'm like, I really didn't like it. Like, I ain't gonna say what they paid me, but they cut my throat terribly that day for what I did. By the time I got off, I thought I did a 12-hour shift at Amazon.
You did.
I hate bad business, man. That's one thing about me. I hate bad business. I don't care if it's on a small platform, a big platform. I hate that unorganized stuff. I hate where me taking time out of my day to come and perform for you guys and I never get on stage. I'll be pissed at things like that. I understand stuff happen, but I feel like it's ways of having effective communication to be able to make me feel better if something do go wrong. I don't think that was okay. Like, for example, like you said, they had you doing tickets and stuff. How much time does it really take for them to be like, hey, Black Stain, man, can you help us out with X, Y, and Z at this event? It don't take that. It don't take no time to be able to say something to somebody.
Right. Beforehand. They could have did it beforehand, but
right.
I'm telling you, this stuff happened the day of.
Like, everything was happening. Everything except what was supposed to be happening was happening.
Unacceptable.
I mean, me a lawn chair. I mean, you had people that was behind the thing. They had their own private tents.
Yeah.
They got private tents.
Private tents, and then the lights come on in the tent when it get dark. Like, we was out there all night. Marching bands coming in. It was just
like who ordered them?
It was different. I thought they had a curfew. Kids wasn't even supposed to be there.
The city came. They're like, oh yeah, these gates ain't even supposed to be up. I'm like, the gates ain't supposed to be up. Well, how y'all didn't know that? Like, you know, but it was a lot of infighting from the top level, and it trickled down into people like me. Like, I did it off the street. I did what I did. I didn't have to do it.
Right.
But I had it like, hey, this is my opportunity for me to get exposure, for me to do what I need to do for my brand. That's
Mm.
that's the only reason why I stuck around and really did what I did, because I was looking at it like, and it did help me. It didn't help me like the way I wanted it to, but it did help me.
So
So
Stan, in those instances, right, when it comes to your brand and you know your name and things like that, are you willing? Do you necessarily risk bad business and sometimes remove yourself from the situation, or do you just, you know, what do you do?
no, I have a line. I definitely have a line, and that's the reason why I've kind of fell back. You know, I mean, I still post on my pages, I still do stuff, but that's why I haven't went as hard as I did when I first started. I had to like kind of like shift backwards, not shift backwards, but and just cruise right now and just peep out everything, because there's a lot of like you were saying, like my man saying, it's a lot of bad business going on out here. A lot of people are trying to just, I won't say scam, but it's just they make it all about them. When you deal with people that want to help people as a whole, and it's genuine. That's one of my key words, just genuine. I mean, money aside, we're all going to make money, but what are you really trying to get out of this besides money? I don't really get the response back that I want or that I like to
Mm.
hear.
Right.
So that's why I leave. That's why I've left a lot of things alone, and that's why I don't deal with. I can. It's almost to the point. Like I said, I haven't been doing this that long, but I can kind of smell something's wrong with this whole situation before I even get into it. You know, it's like Stan, you want. So who's promoting it? Who the DJ? Who y'all got? And those questions might not even mean nothing. I'm not looking for the answer. I'm looking for the way the answer comes to me.
Okay.
You know, a lot of stammering and, well, you know, no. It's cap. And the last few times that I did that, it was exactly what I thought it was. And I was mad at myself about it. You know what I mean? Putting my name on events or throwing my logo here and saying I'm going to be at this place. And I get there and it's just, you know what I mean? It's a cluster, you know what I mean? So I had to fall back on that. So not saying I'm smart and I'm going to catch everything before it happens, but a lot of the promoters and a lot of people that put these things together make it real easy for me to differentiate from, well, this is going to be a good business opportunity, a good networking venture, or man, this ain't nothing but a clout festival, and everybody in here is in for themselves. That's one thing I can say one thing I say about myself is that I'm in it not just for myself. I'm in it for the people who I say that I'm going to help out.
All right, I got a quick question. Do you ever see Baltimore becoming like Atlanta in the music scene?
I've hoped and prayed for that for the past 15 years, maybe. Just like I see it happening, but I also see it dwindling. I had high hopes for it a few years back. You know, it was like we was taking steps towards that, but now we've taken like a long stride back. Like we just got knocked back a few years with what's going on here in Baltimore. But I can't fully put that on the artist. I can't. It's just the way my city is. It's just how they receive music, and it's not, like I said, it's not just all about the talent. Because if it was about the talent, it'd be a lot more artists that would have been broke the glass ceiling, and Baltimore would have been the melting pot that it should be, as far as like in Atlanta or New York or Texas. You know what I mean? We're a small city, which should make it even better. But too many times, hood politics can mess up professional aspirations.
Yeah, they
You know,
always killing all the good artists, man.
Every
I mean,
time.
not just that, but it's just like, all right, so you're from, I should say, you're in the city. You're from where you at. I'm from where, and me and my crew from where I at. We won't support you, not because your music is not good, but just because you from over such and such, or you from over there. You know what I'm saying? You go down to Texas and Atlanta, stuff like that. Oh, I'm from zone this place, but that person from over zone something. But when that person go to perform, everybody from all the zones are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baltimore, you have some people, oh, he from over there, from Emerson. He from over west. I'm not gonna support him. And you see it at showcases more. You've seen it at showcases. The dudes are coming there with his, like you said, with his 20 people, his entourage. He get on stage, and as soon as he perform,
Everybody gone.
you leave.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, like I've been out of town, whereas though I've seen people, and I know people are not from the same part of like Philly, for example. You know what I mean? Like this person from North Philly, this person from over uptown. The person from North Philly didn't perform, but him and his crew still stay in the
Mm-hmm.
uptown on them, and they still support, and they still bop, and they're like, oh, all right, yeah, let me get your IG, like, and they network.
Big shout out to Philly, the state of brotherly love, man.
Yeah, and they network. It's just like they don't base it on a group. They don't base it on a macro. It's a micro. So if I don't mess with a certain person from over there, that's cool. He from over there, but that don't mean that I'm not gonna do no business with somebody else from that area. And I think that's
Right.
one of Moore's biggest plights is that too many people integrate the hood in with the professionalism and the networking basis. So
So what do you think we could do to stop that for real? Or can it be stopped?
it's gonna take uh, it's gonna take something real strong, and I can't say somebody real strong. It's gonna take a situation that's real strong. I mean, like I said, we have AFRAM here.
Mhm.
We had that music festival that could have been better. If that music festival would have took off like how it should have took off, that could have been out Rolling Loud. That could have been out South by Southwest. It's gonna take a massive event, not just one person, because it's not gonna be done by one person. That's just my belief. I don't think it's gonna be done by one person. It's gonna take a massive event for everybody. Like, you know what, man? Listen, don't bring no drama here. Don't bring this. This is all about music. It's about
Mhm.
networking. We all can do it. You know what I mean? Because more. It's like we have small labels here in the city, like that's tried to help artists and stuff like that. And even the label, even having somebody name attached to you and having a team attached to you, don't help. So I'm not gonna say there's no hope. I'm just gonna say that it has to take. Well, it's gonna take a team of people to put on a massive event or something like that for the city. Just be like, you know what? Let's stop all this dumb stuff. Let's just go ahead and utilize this pipeline, utilize this platform to elevate to the next level. How was it?
So
Go ahead.
no, I'm listening. Go ahead.
I'm like, how is it that other cities can bring out these big wigs? Because we have parties here. We went in, they didn't have Boosie down here, Jeezy down here, and stuff like that. But it's in a party scenery. It's just people just partying.
Mhm.
But they don't come down here as far like you go down to Atlanta. You know what I mean? You got somebody like Jeezy, he a judge, or you got Big Record. You go up to Philly, they got Big Record execs from New York. They just take a couple hour drive down to Philly, and they in the building. When is the last time that you've actually? I understand artists, but when is the last time we've seen an event where it was like big execs in the building that probably could get somebody signed?
Right.
We
Well, I
don't see.
mean, I really think that Baltimore is starting to realize that music does bring people together. And I'm saying that because, the mayor, Brandon Scott, actually, just announced that her will be performing at the Charm City Live Music Festival, right? And then you had the AFRAM, you had dancers, you had singers, I think that they're realizing that the arts itself is necessarily bringing Baltimore together, right? But it's like with these festivals, do you also incorporate artists that are too from Baltimore and allow them to have that big stage? Like, you know,
They should, but who's ready for it? Outside of the ones that we've already talked about, the Techs, maybe the
mhm,
money, stuff like that. Outside of that, see me, I respect those guys wholeheartedly. They're at the top of their game. I like to deal with more artists that are like on the, like I said, you started, you buy in at the bottom. You know what I mean? I like artists who are they haven't even scratched the surface of what they can do, and I want to see more of them take their profession seriously, so they can be the next person to at least attempt to try to break the glass ceiling. So when you talk about those Charm City music festivals, it's okay to everybody knows her. You know what I mean? Like that's cool. I mean, but the person that I want to see is one of the people that I'm supporting that always be at these showcases. Shout out to Love and Hip Hop Showcase. Shout out to Rock the Mic Thursdays when they was doing it. Shout outs to Purple Wall Street, Salt Pepper Ketchup, all them showcases that showcase artists, especially the ones that are not really known. That would bring me joy. I need to see more of them on that level because we're going to talk about the Techs, we're going to talk about the Jakes, we're going to talk about the Young Mooses. The reason why Atlanta, the reason why New York and Texas and even Cali are how they are because they have more artists that are up on that level,
Mm-hmm.
that have grown to the next echelon, that take their business seriously, that do what they need to do, that's not half-assing it. So to go back to that question you said, do you think it's ever going to change? It will change once we get more of these artists to take their profession seriously.
Okay.
On all aspects, not just the performance side, recording side, but like I said, the three things I talked about. You know what I mean? Get your social media, plug into your social media, more posts, more of that. You know, get your EPK together and just remain humble. How you gonna get big headed? You only known over the east side. Nobody know you past Greenmount. Like,
Not that scream out.
yeah, no, but to you, you're a star because you know what I mean. You got recognition, but what is that recognition? All you got some thousand followers from this city. They recognize you, but do they acknowledge you?
Mm.
And that's what comes with that's the fans and the followers thing. Like your fans will acknowledge you and say, you know what? I'm gonna pay the X amount of dollars or whatever it is for this stream. That's my joint. I play this song every day. But your followers are gonna just hit the heart button and keep it moving.
Right.
Right.
How many
Exactly.
how many times you've seen an artist page where though they might have all these followers, but they have like a few likes and no comments.
I be thinking they be buying their followers when I see that.
Some of them do, and that's another thing that one of the execs told me, and he schooled me to that. He said, "Stan, look at this right here. What do you see?"
$13, right?
Yeah, I see before the paid verification, before the paid blue checks. We talk somebody that I know, and this is somebody I knew personally. 65,000 followers. Yeah. Now look at his page. Look at this, and he scrolled through the 12 posts that the guy had on his page. He said, look at this. 25 likes, no comments. Look at this. 15 likes, 3 comments. This man got 65,000 followers, right? I said, yeah. You got 5% of your total followers should be interacting on your page every time you post.
Mm.
At least 5%. You know what I mean? Like you might have somebody that got 11,000 followers. Every time they post something, they getting 2,000, 3,000 likes. You know what I mean? 40 to 50 comments, even if it's just a fire emoji and stuff like that. That's because them people are engaged with the person is doing. You can almost sniff out sometimes these bought pages because it's like they have thousands of followers, but nobody's interacting when this person posts. So why are they following you?
Mm. Make a great, a valid, very valid point. You got me looking at our analytics like, yeah. So definitely a valid point with that. But Black Sand, another question I necessarily have for you is, what is one thing that your brand venture did that you didn't expect?
Oh, well, one thing not this soon. I didn't think it was going to happen this soon, but it got me, like I said, it got me close to people who, I guess I'll put it like, they got motion. They got motion that actually out there getting people signed, they're closing deals, they're negotiating deals. I mean, and I mean, I don't clout chase, but I could be somewhere now and like, oh shoot, I know you Black Stan. Like, huh? Like, I'm still getting used to the notoriety and people recognizing who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So even if they recognize me through watching my post and watching my personal page, or me being connected with people that, you know, like when I did an interview with my man, shout out to my man Stan the Man with Ugly Money Entertainment down there with Nietzsche. You know, so after I did the interview with him, it was just like I started having people just tapping in with me from Atlanta. Same as when I did the interview with my man Hennessy Kev, who's he's a consultant, but he's right there next to Freeway. They was just at the BET Awards. Shout out to my man Freeway and Hennessy, you know, even though I was already known of it. It gives you a certain validation and stamp that I didn't think that I was gonna get this early in doing what I was doing. I think it was gonna take me like a long time to do it or a while to do it.
You still ain't subscribed to New Era 410 podcast on YouTube?
It's crazy about you.